Hello loyal fans and subscribers, ninamorifanboi here for my PBF Season 5 Week 5 battle against Scoot, coach of the Blackmont Raikougarss. If you saw the last video, I mentioned I would hopefully, start doing these, before the document was updated, so I wouldn't spoil the outcome before I even show the battle, but it looks like Scoot already updated this, so I have to hide the results before, so I don't spoil anything. But either way, Scoot has a very powerful team consisting of Tapu Bulu, who is his Zmon, Suicune and Zard X, nice Firewater Grass Core, Crobat, Fortress, Medicham, Excelgor, Stunfisk, Smeargle, and Frostless. So in addition to this ridiculous Firewater Grass Core, he also has other scary, maybe not as potent threats like Frostless, Excelgor, even Smeargle. So I didn't know what to prep for most. I believe it was, this combination of three up right here. I knew he would bring Fortress because he loves bringing that with an Occa Berry. So I figured that would happen. So I'm prepping for these three. I didn't know if he'd bring Crobat or, Smeargle or Frostlight. I didn't know what the other two would be. And I actually forget what they were, so let's just check it out right here. So it looks like the other two were Medicham and Stunfisk. Okay. I, however, brought... I believe I actually have this one on this computer. Yes, I do. It was Scarfed Latios with Draco Trick, HP Fire, and Ice Beam. Ice Beam for Bulu, I guess. Leftovers Arcanine with a Flamethrower, Solar Beam, Sunny Day, Morning Sun. I didn't know if I wanted to bring this because this would give him Sun for his Zard X, and that's going to be a problem for one of my later mons, as you may or may not see. But I ended up bringing it anyway, thought it would be nice for dealing with Suicune. Here it got Life Orb, Timid, Nidoqueen for Bulu, with Sludge Wave, Flamethrower also for the Fortress, Thunderbolt for Suicune, and then it's my Stealth Rocker. Leftovers Braviary with enough attack to OHKO Bulu, enough speed for, I believe, Adamant Bulu, maybe Jolly. Looks like a lot. Probably for Jolly Bulu. And Facade, Brave Bird, Rock Slide for Zard. And Roost. Here's the Occa Berry Metagross, which is for the Charizard. This is what Sun would hinder me if he somehow was able to take advantage of my Sun. I'm able to live a Flare Blitz from Jolly Zard 100% of the time. I believe if he's Adamant, it's a roll to knock me out through the Occa Berry. Either way, I have Explosion, which doesn't OHKO, but with the recoil from Flare Blitz, it should put him in range. Meteor Mash for Bulu, Bullet Punch also for Bulu, and just a nice priority, and HP Fire for the Fortress, despite knowing he'd bring Occa Berry. And then finally, Rocky Helmet Tangrowth with Sludge Bomb, Giga Drain, HP Fire, and Leech Seed. So, to start the battle, I didn't know what to lead with. I believe I led my Nidoqueen because it has something to immediately threaten the Suicune in Thunderbolt. That way if he starts Calm Minding right away on my Nidoqueen, I'll, be able to damage it at least. And I think that's actually what happens. I lead this as he leads Suicune. Like I said, I go for Thunderbolt. It does over half, which is very nice damage. I need to get this thing out of the way. I do have a Tangrowth, but I don't want to bring it in because I'm not Assault Vest, so I don't want to get burnt particularly from Scald, nor do I want him to reveal Ice Beam or something. So he goes for Scald, doing over half, and I believe getting the burn, yes, as now I think I go into my Tangrowth. He actually goes for Protect as I get up my rocks, very nice. Forgot about that play, but he revealed Scald and Protect, so I thought this might be some Calm Mind Toxic sub set, so I go into my Tangrowth here, not fearing anything, but here he actually makes a very nice play revealing the Ice Beam, doing over half, so I can't stay in here. I go out to my Arcanine, it looks like, as he goes for another Ice Beam. Here, I actually decided to go for the Sunny Day, as he goes for Toxic and unfortunately misses. Nothing either of us can do about that. Here, I believe he actually... I thought about doubling right here, fearing the Charizard to take advantage of my Sun, but I figured there's rocks up, so it's not very likely he would do that. So here I do just go for a Solar Beam, as he goes out to Medicham. So, you know, not too bad for me. I take off, you know, 49% from the Medicham, which is very nice. I don't have Gramble this game, which is unfortunate, so I don't have like a good switch into this thing, but my Tangrowth is a Rocky Helmet, so I believe that's what I go into. On the High Jump Kick, which does 45%, and... okay, go back out to Arcanine, take, you know, similar damage, and I believe I go for Flamethrower as he goes out to, Suicune. I guess I had no reason to not go for Solar Beam right here. Had I done that, I could have taken out, not immediately taken out, but I could have, you know, put this Suicune, you know, on the ropes, so to speak. But I go for Flamethrower, I guess, fearing maybe Charizard or even Bulu or something, maybe even Fortress to come in. I guess that doesn't make sense at all, but yeah, he went Suicune, and me not going for Solar Beam right there kind of put me in an awkward situation because Sun goes out right here, so I believe... I can't remember if I set it up again or not. Okay, I just heal right there as he goes for Toxic. Now I'm in a really bad position because I can't really beat him. If I set up Sun, like I said, he can take advantage of it, which is what I was worried about pretty much this whole game. Him, you know, somehow being able to take advantage of my Sun, being able to knock out my Metagross through the Aqua Berry. I can't remember if I get it up here or not. I think I do, actually. Nope, I go out to my Nidoqueen. I remember this, expecting the Ice Beam because I felt he could beat my Arcanine one-on-one because I'm poisoned now. So I felt he had no reason to not Ice Beam. Because he had Protect, he could wear me down with Toxic. My Sun turns would be wearing off, so I couldn't really threaten him with Solar Beam. So I felt he had no reason to not Ice Beam there on my Tangrowth, but he actually goes for Scald. So I, in theory, could have saved my Nidoqueen. Went out to Tangrowth, but I honestly felt he had no reason to not Ice Beam right there. So I wasn't going to risk Tangrowth, but he actually just went for Scald and knocked out my Nidoqueen anyway, so can't even say anything there. Now I believe I go out to my Tangrowth, and me constantly fearing the Zard coming in and getting off a free DD or Roost or whatever, I'm gonna go out to my Latios expecting that, but he actually... Okay, Protect first. Okay, makes sense, as I Giga Drain. Now I make the play of going out to my Latios. No. Okay, Giga Drain again. I believe he Protects again, gets some nice toxic damage on me. And now finally I believe I go out to the Latios on his expected Zard, but he actually goes Fortress. I do have HP Fire on this as well as Tangrowth. Had I predicted this, this would have been nice because I would have prevented him from spinning, but the best I could do here was just HP Fire in the hopes he didn't have it, but Scoot loves Aqua Berry Fortress, so I'm only able to do 45 as he is able to spin the rocks away, and Nidoqueen is dead, so, you know, that's all bad. As here I just HP Fire again in case he stayed in for some reason. But he went out to Stunfisk, took no damage, and now I'm in a precarious situation because the best I can probably do is go into Tangrowth, as he gets up his own rocks. And I have no removal on my team, couldn't really fit it, because he had too much threatening stuff to prep for. So he goes out to Fortress on my Giga Drain, takes no damage, but like I said, I do have the HP Fire, so I'm just gonna knock this thing out. I don't think he expected my HP Fire, because he brought it in earlier. But he did have the Aqua Berry, like I said, so maybe he was just sacking his Fortress at this point, I'm not sure. But now, he has a free switch into Charizard, which is, what I was fearing, from the get-go. But at least Sun isn't up, so my Metagross can, live a neutral Flare Blitz. The thing about this, though, is that I wasn't sure if he would go for a Fire Attack, maybe fearing my Rock Slide, or Earthquake or whatever, or a Dragon Claw, fearing my Latios coming in. There's also the possibility of him going right for a DD, but I didn't expect him to do that because, I could go into my Latios right now, and provided I'm Scarfed, I will outspeed him and threaten him. So I actually took a minute to decide here, and decided that it's most likely he's going to go for a Dragon Claw, expecting my Latios, so I'll go out to my Arcanine to intimidate him, and take, hardly any from the Dragon Claw. So, coming on rocks, intimidate him, but here he reveals he goes for the Dragon Dance right away, which means that one misprediction kind of cost me the game, because unless he has so little speed investment that my Scarf Latios is able to outspeed him, I can't do anything, because despite him being at neutral here, he gets up another Dragon Dance for free. Now he's at +1 attack, +2 speed. He's able to just Dragon Claw, knock this out. I can go into my Metagross, but the Occa Berry doesn't help because he's at +1, which is what I was trying to avoid the whole time. But one misprediction kind of prevented that from happening. There's a helicopter right overhead. I hope you guys can't hear that. But yeah, the rest of this game is kind of a joke. He just plows through my team. I don't think he even dies to recoil. Nope. So, could have all been prevented had I just gone straight to Latios. I just didn't think he would DD right there. So, in hindsight, definitely should have went Latios. And I'm not just saying that because, it was the wrong prediction. Like, I genuinely should have done that, because even had he gone for the Dragon Claw and knocked out my Latios, he still wouldn't have been at +1, so he wouldn't have been able to knock out my my Metagross. As you'll see, he even expected my Scarf Latios, which is why I didn't think he would go right for a Dragon Dance. I guess he just didn't expect me to go hard into Latios that turn, which is, all the more reason I obviously could have prevented a humiliating sweep like this. But it happens, I guess. I made some other mistakes in this battle too. Just wasn't able to see until looking back at it now. But yeah, good game, Scoot. Yeah, I from the beginning I knew this would be a hard battle. I just didn't expect to get swept by Zard. I thought I would maybe... I figured what would happen is I would do like this much damage with my explosion in combination with, and then maybe he'd knock himself out with Flare Blitz, and then I wouldn't have anything to deal with Bulu. I thought Bulu would be the one to do me in, because I felt Nidoqueen would probably get pressured. I thought that's how this game would end. Bulu would just kind of clean. But turns out Zard just DD'd on the wrong turn and ended up sweeping me there, so very unfortunate turn of events. I'm 2-3 now with a -5 differential, so I mean, I've never been one to really care about score, just more or less win or loss, but still this is kind of disheartening, hoping to turn this score around. But next week I do go up against Gainesville Gallades, aka A1 Gallade. Oh my gosh. I hope you guys are ready, because I know I'm not.